If you're aiming to relocate to Greenville, South Carolina, but you aren't quite sure about where you want to be, this video is going to be for you. In this video, we are going to compare the east side of town to the south side of town, and hopefully by the end, you have more clarity on where you want to be. Let's do it. As always, my friends, my name is Will Sawyer, your friend in real estate here in the Upstate of South Carolina, and it's our goal with this channel that we provide you the most relevant, the most practical, and the most up-to-date information on everything that you need to know about Greenville, South Carolina. And if you like the information in this video, do me a favor, visit our website at willsawyerrealtor.com, where you can learn more about Greenville. We have helpful guides. We have community pages that go into more depth about each of these towns around Greenville, including Greenville itself. And we have a free IDX home search that you can browse properties on. So first up in this head-to-head battle, let's talk about the east side of town. So the east side of town is comprised of the area between Wade-Hampton Boulevard that spans northeast out of Greenville, and then down 385 up the 85 corridor, kind of like that Pelham Road, Brushy Creek area. So the east side of town is one of the more well-developed parts of town. There's not a ton of new construction on the east side of town. In fact, out of about 230 listings that are currently available for sale in this part of town, only about 35 are new construction. So this area of Greenville has been long developed, and we're not seeing a ton of new development come into this part of town. Some of the new construction developments that you will find are communities like Adley Trace or Blaze Ridge and Taylor Oaks. All of these communities are going to be within about 15 or 20 minutes of downtown Greenville, which is one convenience of living on the east side. However, most of the neighborhoods, most of the homes on this part of town are going to be 20th century homes. A lot of these homes are going to be brick ranches, tri-levels, split levels, traditional two-story homes. You're not going to find a ton of new construction in this part of town. So why do residents of Greenville find the east side so appealing? Well, there's a lot of stuff here, and that's no surprise because it's been developed for a long time. You know, especially along your Pelham Road corridor, you have tons of grocery stores, tons of shopping opportunities, and tons of restaurants. Restaurants like Chop House 47, Sidewall Pizza, and then along Haywood Road and Orchard Park Drive, you have Stacks Omega and the famous sports bar called Local Key. So in addition to a number of grocery stores and restaurants and shopping, there's also a lot of activity-based things to do on the east side of town. So there's Threes Golf, which is the famous par 3 golf course here on the east side that's partially owned by Justin Timberlake. You know, you have Thornblade Golf Club, you have the Eastside YMCA, which just underwent a big renovation, and a lot of the east side of town is really excited about that. Tons of pickleball opportunities over at the YMCA now. And on the healthcare side of things, you have Patewood Medical Campus, which is within the Prisma Health System. You also have a number of doctors' offices and specialists that are on the east side of town, mainly along Pelham Road. And let's not forget to mention schools on this side of town. So the east side of town is known for its award-winning schools. You know, you have high schools like Riverside High School, Eastside High School, the #1 high school in the entire county, which is Wade-Hampton High School. As far as elementary schools go, you have Brushy Creek Elementary School, you have Pelham Road Elementary School, and last but not least, you have Buena Vista Elementary School. So all in all, the east side of town is convenient for a lot of reasons. It's really close to downtown Greenville. It's really close to the interstate. It's really close to the airport if you need to go on vacation or if you need to jump off for work. It's also great for activity-based opportunities. It's also great for grocery shopping, for restaurants, and for retail. And it's also going to be a great place to send your kids to school. So now let's transition to the south side of Greenville County. That's going to include Malden, Simpsonville, Fountain Inn, Five Forks, and the eastern edge of Piedmont. And you're probably thinking, Will, that's like 4 towns. Well, I know, the south side, for the purposes of this video, is going to be a much larger area. However, it's going to give you a good picture of what the south side looks like compared to the east side. So for the purposes of this video, the south side is going to be about 2 times the size of the east side. And funny enough, the south side is where there is a lot of growth happening. So if you call me and ask me, hey Will, where's the path of progress in Greenville? I'm going to say, well, that's going to be on the south side along the 385 corridor. And Simpsonville, Fountain Inn, Malden, Five Forks, and Piedmont are all in that corridor. So out of the 700 currently active listings in this area of town, about 251 of those is new construction. So as you can tell, there's a lot of new construction in this part of town, and there's a lot of development, both residential and commercial, in this part of town. So there's inventory, both single family detached homes and townhome developments. Some developments that my clients have recently bought homes in include Ardenwoods Estates by Meritage, Durbin Meadows by D.R. Horton, Parkland Hills by Toll Brothers, and the cottages at Harrison Bridge by the Dwelling Group, which is a builder based out of Greenville. And of course, if you've been following along in the channel so far, you'll know that Malden and Simpsonville and Five Forks are going to be among the more developed areas on the south side of town, whereas Piedmont and kind of your 29680 zip code, so western Simpsonville, are going to be more so on the fringes of development. So if you want a more rural lifestyle but you want a new home, then that Piedmont 29680 Simpsonville area possibly would be a great fit for you. However, if you want to be closer to things, if you don't want to feel as rural but you do want the convenience of having a new home, then closer to the interstate, Simpsonville, Fountain Inn, maybe Five Forks is where we should look at for a home for you. So the big appeal about the south side of town is you're convenient to a ton of stuff. You have your big corridors like Fairview Road and Butler Road in Simpsonville and Malden. And of course you have Woodruff Road, which is going to be on the northern part of this, south side of town. Woodruff Road is going to have your Costco, it's going to have your Sam's, your Trader Joe's, your Whole Foods, your Fresh Market, your Lowe's Foods, and all the things that you're going to need on a weekly and daily basis. However, if you need to go grab a quick bite to eat or go to the grocery store, Fairview Road or Butler Road are going to be great places to scoot over to based on where you end up in this part of town. So since the south side does cover a pretty big area, your commute to work, depending on where you work, is largely going to be based on how close you live to the interstate. Interstate 385 cuts just southeast of Greenville, right through Simpsonville and Fountain Inn. So the closer you live to the interstate, the quicker you're going to be able to jump on the interstate and go to work. Now, if you're living in like the Piedmont area or the 29680 area, you're likely going to have to take West Georgia Road or Fork Shoals Road to get back into Greenville if you're working in Greenville, versus if you were to live a little bit closer to the interstate. Obviously the speed limit's a lot higher there. Your commute time is going to get condensed. And don't be fooled, the south side has great schools also. So schools like Malden High School, Middle School, and Elementary School, schools like Hillcrest Middle School. You have the new revered Fountain Inn High School and Rudolph Gordon Elementary School in Fountain Inn. And then you have J.L. Mann High School, which is technically going to be in Greenville, but depending on where you live on the south side, you're going to be zoned for J.L. Mann. So all in all, I don't think you can go wrong with living on the east side of town or the south side of town. Both are going to offer convenience to downtown Greenville. Both are going to have everything that you need on a weekly and daily basis. And both are going to offer a great communal feel when you start to call either of these places your home. So if you are thinking about buying a home in the Greenville area and the east side of town or the south side of town is on your radar, I would love to chat with you further about what relocating to either part of town could look like for you and possibly your family. So do me a favor, shoot me a text at my cell phone number below, or shoot me an email at my email below. I would love to chat with you about what your relocation to our wonderful area of the Upstate of South Carolina could look like in 2024. As always, my friends, my name is Will Sawyer, your friend in real estate, And until next time, stay safe. Well, this video is going to be a about Greenville County, the upstate of South Carolina. Great thing to do and easily in the evening. I'm a local real estate expert here in the area. All the time, we're right behind me is a really cool place called Freight Yard.